Welcome back to the Free Mouse MC. This is now the second episode on my Yamaha XJ repair. I asked you guys to take part in this repair by leaving comments on stuff that I can do better and things that I can do. I'm very thankful for all the comments. Many of you pointed out that I need to check the spark plugs properly because they were not grounded to the engine. I will do that today. Also, a lot of you told me that I need to get an owner's manual for this bike. And here it is. I got one. Oh, this way around. Also, something that's on the list today that will be probably the main focus of the video is I want to check the compression of the engine. It's something that many of you pointed out, that maybe one of the cylinders doesn't have proper compression due to the sound of how the engine sounds, and also not all cylinders running. Also, I really want to check the compression myself because there's something that I haven't told you guys that makes me really want to check the compression. For the people that have been watching this channel for quite longer, I once did a tour to Morocco and managed to get neck deep into shit in the Sahara Desert. With having to come with a group of people to their camp and me not being able to ride my bike. And it was a really bad situation.
Not push your brother. Give him the key.
When I made that video, I left a few things out because it is something that was really uncomfortable to talk about because it was a very uncomfortable situation overall. So when the camera stopped rolling, I just basically started again where the cameras were rolling again and left out a lot of things. One of the things was, when that happened, someone else was riding my bike and crashed the bike. When the bike crashed, the person was under the bike until he got help and was not able to turn off the engine. So the engine ran without oil on its side for some time. So I think it's an absolute need that we check if the engine still has compression, because that is probably not have been good for the engine. I just kept running with the bike because it still ran, so it was like, well, not change a winning system, I guess. But now that we check all the things, I think that's definitely something that we have to check. And I actually already tried checking the compression with a compression dial that I rented, but the compression said that the compression was really bad. The problem was I had to check that in a hurry because the thing was rented and they wanted to have it back like really quickly and were already on the phone with me. And also it's the same source where I had the battery that was shit. Due to the battery being shit and a few other things, my trust is not the greatest, so I decided that I will buy a compression meter on my own. Before changing out the engine, I think I better spend 15 bucks on a compression dial and measure the thing again, because the battery was shit, maybe their compression tester was also shit. So we will see about that in this video. Also, many of you told me to check the spark coils because 2 of the cylinder were only running, and with that we're going to check the spark plugs today properly again as well. So let's go. So let's first of all get some light going in this garage here. Also, one of the reasons why I didn't tell that the bike ran on its side for quite some time when that happened was I just wanted to film a travel video back then in the Sahara Desert and didn't expect to get into that neck deep of shit, and I was scared of it blowing up in my face when releasing that video, and tried to portray it as objectively as possible and stick to everything that I caught on camera for you guys to make your own mind on that situation. But anyways, even though I didn't catch on camera how the bike then ran on its side, we need to check if the bike has any compression still. So let's first of all have a look at this thing. Okay, so for anyone who wants to know, these things get on into the spark plug hole, and then you put that end into this here and then check the compression. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, the small one here should about line up. So let's take the spark plug out. Yeah, and I thought before throwing out the engine, let's test it again with another tester that I trust in, as I don't want to throw away the engine just to save 15 bucks. Oh shit, the lamp isn't even working. What's going on here? Come on. Oh no. Oh. What did we say last episode about Murphy's Law? Everything that can go wrong will go wrong? For fuck's sake. It's getting dark soon. Like, if this lamp now gives out, we're done. What is going on here? So now finally the light is working. It is slowly getting dark here. We can get this thing inside here. So we can now test the compression on the first cylinder. One of the important things for doing this is that you need to twist the throttle wide open. So let's go. Okay, we seem to have compression of 9. That's not good. Like, not at all. Fuck. Or maybe that's... PSI is out. Oh, thank fuck. We have bar on the inside and PSI on the outside. And 125 PSI sounds alright. Yeah, I think so. So, we need to figure out if 125 PSI is any good. So let's have a look into this little thing right here. Engine, chapter 237. Kompressionskontrolle. Maintenance intervals, I'm guessing. Control of the cylinder compression. Here we go. I again now have to change pages to somewhere else. It's a bit of a handful to read this one. For fuck's sake, I've been trying to get the right details and now the thing is pointing me into another point of this huge book. Okay, technische Daten. Okay, the book says that we need 10.6 bar on height of the sea. We are a bit above the height of the sea, about 50 meters. I don't think that matters that much. And we had around 9 bar. Well, I guess that's alright. It's a bit less than it should, but I mean, the thing ran on the side without oil for some time and has over 70,000 kilometers on the clock, so I guess that's fine. Let's see if the other cylinders do just as well. So we have now checked the compression, and on cylinder 1 and 2 we have 10 bar, and on cylinder 3 and 4 we have 9 bar. The ideal amount of bar would be 10.6. I think that we don't reach those numbers can be due to us being 50 meters above sea level, and also maybe something on cylinder 3 and 4 is wrong with the valves. I think in general we need to adjust the valves anyway after all those kilometers. So let's put that on the list for things to do. So you guys said that the spark plug thing that goes on there needs to be laying on the engine so it is grounded to the bike. Let's see if we now see any spark, because that's the next thing I want to eliminate, that the wiring here is okay and not that only 2 of the cylinders are getting power from the cables. So let's check this one first. It's now onto the engine. As you can see, it now should work. Okay, let's go. Hopefully I don't get zapped by the fucking battery. Yeah, we have spark. Not a lot, but I don't think... I mean, it doesn't look like a lot, but I think it's definitely what the thing is supposed to do. So, let's put this spark plug... First of all, let's turn this shit off. And put it into the next one. Yeah. Yeah. Spark as well. So guys, you greatly helped me, because I thought something in the wiring was wrong, but because of your tip, I now know that everything is okay and that the wiring works. So now that we know that we have spark and that there's alright-ish compression except on these two, the bad compression with 9 instead of 10 on number 3 and 4 could also be due to the valves not being properly adjusted. I really want to adjust the valves, but right now there's still the carburetors on it. So let's have a look at them. When the bike was running, the fuel was kind of shooting out here on this cylinder, so there must be something wrong in here. Either is the valve adjustment terribly off or there's some issue in here. I actually took care of the carburetors the last time I tried to fix this bike, so I think everything should be fine there, except if some rubber stuff is broken. Something that is important, there is a vacuum in these ones here, and I'm seeing if they all close at the same time. That all seems to be okay. Then why is there fuel shooting out of this cylinder? So we need to take the carburetors off anyway to get to the valves for adjusting the valves later. So let's see how we can take them off, because those here seem to be all closing at the same time, because my working theory was that the membrane behind one of these was not tight anymore, because you have to keep in mind all those rubber parts are 30 years old and this one relies on having a vacuum. So yeah, let's take the carburetors off. So to take off the carburetors, we have to get the fuel out of this space, and we do that over that little screw over here. So let's go. I put a mustard glass underneath it to catch the fuel, because it goes through these hoses here, right here, underneath the bike. So this one should empty itself now. Yeah, it's going into the glass. While these ones empty themselves, let's take off the rest. This is some electrical stuff that I think heats the carburetors in some way for winter or something. I don't know. If any one of you knows, they can write that into the comments. Okay. Good. That stuff is off. Sadly, we don't have the best light situation as it's already dark outside. So, that one is off. That one is off. So now I think we only have to... Here, those things have to get loosened up now. And that's it. So I have now taken out the cable throttle up here already. I still need to take it out underneath. But I think for now we are ready to take out the carburetors, because I need to take the rest off after they're out, basically. Okay, this side is out. Okay, this one too. Okay, here we have the other side of the throttle cable out. Now we have the carburetors out here. So let's have a look at these things here. As you see, they are all really dirty and look a bit old. I think about eventually replacing them. They're not cracking yet, but I mean, those things are 30 years old. Maybe I should replace them just to get rid of possible sources of error on the next tour. Because if these ones are not completely airtight, they will pull air and then fuck with the air-fuel mixture. So we kind of have two routes to go here. Either next we take off the head of the engine here and adjust the valves. We need to do that. I am right now too scared to do that. Also, it's already dark outside and I think I should read up on that before. Or we check If here in the carburetors, those carburetors should be mostly fine. But the thing that I'm worried about if the vacuum behind here is okay. Because I feel like... Scheiße, jetzt ist mein Handy alle. Shit, now my phone is empty. So, or we check if here behind these ones the rubber vacuum membranes are all intact. Because that is something that I worry about. The reason why I want to do that is because here, out of this space, is where there was fuel shooting out. So let's check on these membranes just in case, because we should rule out as many error sources as possible. And I tried earlier pushing them back at the same time, and then they were, one of them was late. Maybe it changed due to the bike having run in between for a short moment. The thing that I'm talking about and that I'm worried about is this rubber right here. And let's really carefully inspect those edges, because they need to be fucking super tight. They look all good here. Let's put the needle back through, this thing back on, and check them all. See if this thing is now perfectly here in the thing. What I see missing here is this little rubber ring. I don't know if I just lost this little one here. I have to rewind on camera if I have lost it, if it was still there. Because I just tried to find it on the floor and on the table for a solid 15 minutes. And usually I'm not a person that loses stuff. So let's check underneath the other ones if they are fine. The thing is, sometimes you feel a bit stupid doing this, you know, like I just did. I don't know if that thing is gone because I lost it and it's somewhere here on the floor on the table. I have looked like a maniac and I haven't found it, and I checked every movement that carburetor made with the thing open, or if the thing was gone before. I have to rewind on camera. Yeah, here, that little ring. That ring was missing on the other one. Let's see if this membrane is alright. No, this one is not alright. You see, it has a little crack here. This is what damages the vacuum. This one needs to be replaced. For having the things complete, I will put this back in here. This one doesn't even hold up properly. It's completely squashed. I can push it back into its old shape, kind of, but it doesn't really want it. I think that is a minor issue. I think the thing can still work with that. The problem is just if there's a crack in the seal on the side, it will not hold the vacuum properly, and I can adjust the carbs all I want. If that doesn't work, then that's fucked. So let's close this one again, and remember, we need to replace the membrane. The thing is, I need to order these ones on eBay. This is the one that I'm the most excited about, because after the last time we worked on the bike, in the last episode, I once in the evening checked if the things that are connected to the needle, I don't know how they're named in English, those push things, if they move correctly. So my suspected reason for them not moving correctly was that something is wrong over here. This one here has a few very minor cracks, but all in all it still seems to be okay. I think I'm still going to replace it because the minor cracks will develop into big ones. Here we have it. You see here, this is the little ring I was looking for. We need to put this one in there again. So we've learned from this, these two need replacing, and I think if we're already replacing these two, let's just order 4 of the membranes and replace them all, because this one is definitely cracked, this one starts to crack, and I mean these ones looked fine, but let's just do them all in one go. I'm not going to look into the carburetors now itself here, because I cleaned that the last time I was on it, and I think it probably is still good, and I opened them so often and don't want to start that shit now, because as you can see, it's already dark outside and late. I'm now done for the day, as it's already dark and I'm getting tired, and as I already almost lost this one little ring, I shouldn't risk any more little mistakes. So we have found out multiple good things today. The compression is alright, even though I did on the first compression test with the old tester, it was bad, and now we can be sure it's probably good. We have a bit less compression on cylinder 3 and 4, but I think that could be due to the valves. And we have seen that all the coils are alright. We have spark on all cylinders. And we found out that one of the membranes in the carburetor is cracked and the other one starts to crack. I'm going to order these ones so that we can replace them to rule them out as a source of error. I would also replace how are they called? These things. The ones that go between engine and carburetors. I think they're studs for carburetors studs. Yeah, we should replace them too, as the rubber starts to become really old and fragile. What do we have coming for the next episode? I think we need to adjust the valves, because the bike has been running for many kilometers without valve adjustment, and we have compression levels that are a bit off on 2 of the cylinders. Maybe we can get that fixed by adjusting the valves properly, as it says in the owner's manual that that can help with that. And also we still have the issue that out of cylinder 4 fuel was getting spat out again, and I think that could be to a way of valve adjustment, that like the valves already rattled themselves loose, or that one of them maybe even melted. So yeah, that's going to be the thing for next episode. Something about that. I am personally scared of doing that. I am afraid of fucking up adjusting my own valves, as we're really working on the open engine then. And as you can see, I'm standing here in the dark with one light, and that's a very bare bones setup. And I have some confidence issues actually attacking that, but we will do it. And I'm happy to have some encouragement in the comments. And also, if I did something wrong, please point it out. And if you have any advice on how to properly adjust the valves, please write them in the comments if there are any tricks. I will definitely look into the owner's manual. And if you want to support my journey to getting my XJ Tour ready again, please support me, and see you in the next one.